Hey, it's Shelly Rosemary, Art by the Métis Mama, and this is a super quick video. I just wanted to share these canvas junk journals that I've been working on. Look at how cute these little guys are. Aren't they adorable? I love them so much. Had so much fun making these. So I'm not really doing sales right now. I'm mostly focusing on doing trades with people. So if someone's interested in doing a trade with me, I'm open to trades, but it's going to be based on what I have available. I'm not going to go and make special things for trades because I just don't have the time because I have a new job. I'm the new Indigenous support worker at the local women's shelter here in the town that I live in Rocky Mountain House, Alberta, Canada. So because I'm busy being a mom and I'm working, I don't have as much time to do my art. But I'm still doing art and I'm still wanting to connect with you guys and share what I have going on. Here's the other ones that I did, different sizes. Originally, I was just going to do this size here, which is about a little smaller than my hand. But then I decided, why not do some smaller ones? So I did just 2 of the bigger ones and, you know, these 4 of the mini ones and then some of these. I still have to put focal points on each of them and sew them together. But if you're interested in doing a trade, I was going to talk about what would I be interested in trading. So like I said, I have a job now, so I don't need a bunch of art supplies right now for myself personally, but I'm wanting to share any kind of gifts that you guys want to give me with the ladies that I work with at the shelter, because I've been making these greeting card junk journal kits. And we are always needing things to put inside these kits. So all I'm doing is I'm taking a greeting card, I'm flipping it inside out like this so that they have a matte finish surface to work on. And I'm just going to make sure I'm staying in frame. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And here is one that I put together last night or the night before, I forget. Oops, that does open up. So it just has a few pages. The thing with a lot of these, the thing with these ladies is that they're coming in, they're not wanting to do a huge kit. So these smaller journal kits are perfect because they are not going to overwhelm them. They can go through their little journal and they can quickly fill this up with just a few supplies. So what I'm really looking for is stuff for them, and I'm going to share with you. Here's another one that I did, flipped it inside out. Okay, and then, yeah, so I did this pile here, and I'm trying to keep them smaller, on the smaller side, because I want them to be able to fit in like a sandwich size Ziploc bag, where what they would get is their journal inside in the sandwich bag, and then they would get a bunch of things to decorate their journal with, whether it be stickers, inspirational words, and so forth, already in the kit for them. The only thing that they would need to put things in would be maybe some tape or glue. Yeah, just basically whatever we have to put them together. And we don't always have everything that they need. So it's nice to be able to have extra supplies for the ladies for these kits. So these ones have yet to be made into journals. So I'm just going to put those on the side here for now. But I thought, let's go through what some of my junk journals, and I can share with you what I'd be willing to trade for. Now, I just want to make it clear, I am not asking for donations, like physical donations of money or supplies. we have a department that deals with that. I'm just saying, hey, if you want any of my artwork and you want to trade, these are some of the things I'd be interested in trading. Now, if you want to throw in a few extra things because you think it would be helpful for me to use in my work, I appreciate that, but I just want to make it clear that I am not trying to solicit for donations because I don't want to disrespect the department that deals with that. I'm simply saying these are some of the things I could use, if that makes sense. And I hear my 8-year-old kind of stirring a little bit because he's sleeping in the chair upstairs in front of the TV. He fell asleep. So if I have to pause this video for a minute, I might have to do that. So here's a junk journal I completed in the spring of 2025. So some of the things I like to focus on for ephemera, in terms of ephemera for art journal kits and junk journal kits, is Indigenous themed pictures and inspirational words and so forth, because I am the Indigenous support worker, so having like First Nations and Native American type ephemera is really would be nice, like things like dream catchers or eagle feathers, or even pictures of people in powwow regalia, whatever, things like that would be really awesome. But it doesn't have to be just that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'll give you some ideas. So these are like little glasses, and I don't even know where I got these glasses from, but this is one of my faces. I sell these printable faces. I use them on my spiritual kits, and I use them in my journaling. But I don't remember where I got those glasses from, but those are super fun to add to kits. If you have like any kind of punches would be nice too for trading, because then I can just punch out glasses. I can punch out butterflies. I can punch out flowers with the papers that we have at the office. Feathers, you know, little mini doilies. I don't need big doilies, but these small ones are really nice for journaling, because these journals are going to go in sandwich bags, right? They'll go inside a sandwich bag with all of the little goodies that they would use to decorate their journal. So I don't need like big pieces of stuff, but I could get but if you did have like bigger sheets of scrapbooking paper that you wanted to send, and then I can just cut them down, because they can make great backgrounds and things like that, right? Like this is a picture I got out of an old vintage book. Somebody made me this really beautiful little piece of fodder, I guess. So if you have like extra fodder that you want to get rid of, die cut flowers, paper dolls, butterfly wings, like I said, inspirational words. I really loved how this journal turned out. I think this is probably my favorite journal that I've done out of all the journals. I used a lot of color. It's kind of scrappy. I love that. Washi tape is always really fun. Little mini staplers are fun to use for junk journal kits. Any kind of mini supplies, like smaller pencils and pens that you can throw in a journal kit that people can just have for their kits. However, we're not allowed to give out art supplies to our residents, especially if they have children, because they tend to like use them and put color on the walls and stuff. But we can give them supplies to use, but we need to have them back, if that makes sense. Mini cards to make mini things like this, or even to use for washi tape, so that you can wrap washi tape around the card and include it in your kit so they can use it within their journal. What else? Tissue paper that has really cool, funky designs. I already said punches, right? Any kind of punches that are decent sizes. I don't like the little mini ones that have little tiny punches, but kind of bigger size punches would be nicer. You know, like this size and bigger, but not super big. The punches have to be, like the die cuts need to be not too big for the page, if that makes sense. However, I guess I could cut things down. So there's that one, which I love. Here's another one. Scrapbooking paper is awesome because we don't have a lot of it, and it's great to use in these kits. It's easy for me to find like old book pages and coloring book pages and things like that. So I don't really need like books. I have enough paper. The only thing I would say is scrapbooking paper I could always use because they make great journal pages, but also they make great backgrounds. Trying to think what else I could ask for in terms of a trade. I do medicine teachings with the ladies as well, so any kind of herbs are nice. My favorite herbs are red clover, red raspberry leaf, nettle, mullein, any kind of traditional First Nations herbs are nice. Dream catchers, you know, did I say that already? Like native themes, eagles, you know, Canadian animals, any kind of pictures of Canadian wildlife. I like to focus on local because of my job. My job is to help women with cultural teaching, spiritual teachings, and things like that. I do like to focus on land-based teachings that are relevant to our culture and community here in Canada where we live, which is, I live in like west central Alberta. You know, anything that we can make traditional crafts with as well is helpful. Natural feathers, rawhide, sinew, seed beads, delicate beads, buckskin. I have a lot of fur, so I don't really need a lot of fur. This is one of the first art journals I ever made. I got it done in 2 days. I was just trying to get it done. I just wanted to challenge myself to go as fast as I could and not really think about what I was putting down. And I also say stickers. I always can use stickers. Not really planner stickers. Not interested in planner stickers. Most of the ladies, they just want a journal. But fun stickers like that have inspirational words like that. These kind of sort of Timu type stickers are fun. Could always use those. Stickers that have inspirational words. I just said that, right? Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes it's just like you're talking and you repeat yourself. When you're doing these videos, at least I do, and I know other people do it too. Because when I watch other YouTube videos, I get it. I get how hard it is to make these videos sometimes. But yeah, even like dollar store stickers, because I also do mini junk journal kits like this size for people to work on. So it comes with everything that they would need to assemble their own mini junk journal. So any kind of mini ephemera would be great for my mini kits. Did I show this one already? I don't know. I think I did, didn't I? This one is one I got from the Painted Witch. She created this journal. This journal was created by another artist who does, who I did a swap with, and she made me this journal. I made this one. I made this one. And the Painted Witch did this one. I just absolutely love this journal so much. It was so fun to make. Look at this little mini paper clip, so cute. Yeah, I mean, and if you have other ideas too of things that you think that would be great for journal kits, that would be appreciated. That would be appreciated by the ladies. By all means, include. But again, I just want to re-emphasize that I am not asking for donations. This is for trade only. The trade will be for my personal use, and in my personal use, I'm going to redonate it to the center for the ladies that I work with, because they need it more than I do, and we don't have a budget for to buy a lot of supplies. So this will help the ladies. So this was another journal that was made by another artist as well, and a swap. So here is what I did. Yes, stamps are fun too. If you have like old stamps, old or new, that you want to get rid of and donate, think of me. So essentially you're donating it to me. That's what's happening. I'm not soliciting for donations or money, and I don't want your money. I just want supplies that I can use in my program. Of course, because I operate from a service to humanity way of living, I do accept donations. I always have for my personal use, so I can buy supplies for myself and other things I may need. And if you want to do that, you can donate to me through PayPal. My email is artbythemetismama@gmail.com, and I will leave that email in the description box so you can donate to me if you choose to. I may use that money to buy things that I'd like to use in my program, like watercolors. I don't have any watercolors that to use for teaching watercolor classes. Not that I'm a watercolor expert, but this is a watercolor right here. And I would love to be able to share with the ladies how I make my watercolor artwork. What else? What else? I don't know. I said washi tape already. Watercolor paper, I guess, would be nice too. Other kinds of cool art supplies, like paint pens are always fun. Posca pens, which are expensive, but I could buy some, would be great, but they're kind of pricey. I doubt my boss would approve those, but I would totally buy them for my girls. Okay, so that's another example. So I think that kind of sort of covers what I'm looking for in terms of supplies. Just looking in here for other ideas. Anything Métis themed is fun. In the Métis culture, The infinity flags are red and blue. These are the infinity flags. Mind you, they are in a medallion shape, but the flags are actually like a flag. Medicine, anything with a medicine wheel. Fiddles, because we are all about the fiddle music in the Métis culture. Yeah, this is like my earrings stuff and my medallions that I use on my cedar spirit dolls, which I need to do a video on those as well. Let's see what else do we have here. I think that's it. I think that is it. So I guess I'll wrap up this video so you kind of have an idea now of what I'd be willing to trade. If you're interested in doing a trade, I'm more than happy to do one with you. And it would be for whatever I have available. So if you're watching this video and you're like, I want one of those journals, can we trade for a larger journal, a smaller journal, and a medium-sized journal? I will include ephemera with all of my trades and other goodies that I might have laying around. It will be dependent on what I have available. So sometimes if I'm making dolls, it could be a trade for a doll. If I'm making earrings, it could be a trade for some earrings. Like, it could be whatever I'm making in that moment, but I'm open. I'm open to do whatever you feel inspired to trade with. And I'm not doing like custom orders for specific things at the moment, but that's not to say that I won't do the order. So always just ask, you know. I really just try to go by my mood and what I'm feeling. And should I turn this? Hey, it's me. There you are. It's me, Shelly Rosemary. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. I can't think of anything else, to be honest. Faces. I really love using faces too in my art, and I know a lot of the ladies like that too. So if you have like cool faces of your own artwork, or like faces that you've cut out of magazines or books, those are always fun to add in terms of ephemera for journaling kits. Yeah, I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. So I guess I'll leave it at that. And thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.